and welcome to Retro 500, where I review a retro game in 500 words. Give or take 10%. Let's go. DoReMi Fantasy, developed by Hudson Soft and released in 1996, is such a well-known hidden gem that I wonder whether it even fits the description nowadays. There was a near 10-year gap between Milon's Secret Castle on the NES and its sequel here on the Super Nintendo. Barring the bubble-blowing main character, the two games don't have much in common, which is fine by me. The game never released outside of Japan until the untranslated Wii Virtual Console version 12 years later. DoReMi Fantasy's intro shows Milon and his younger brother playing in the forest when they interrupt a pack of bloodthirsty animals about to murder a sexy fairy. The fairy, elated at her rescue, almost activates Milon's puberty but gets kidnapped by a big, bad, well-sculpted demon. Incensed that his balls won't be dropping anytime soon, Milon embarks on a quest across 7 worlds to gather magical instruments in order to save his express ticket to facial hair. That's how I interpret it anyway. Once you're into the game, it doesn't take long to understand why it's so highly regarded. The graphics have a gorgeous pastel palette and everything is well drawn and animated, especially Milon. The world map itself is full of detail and reflects the journey you take throughout the stages, such as the gondolas in the first world and the giant cake in the second. The controls are perfectly tuned and getting around the stages is a breeze. Milon can either bounce on an enemy's head to stun them or blow bubbles at them. Once trapped in a bubble, an enemy can be knocked into the stratosphere. Enemies respawn quickly, which is fairly useful as they're often required to reach hidden areas. At the end of each world is a dungeon or labyrinth that requires a key to exit. These stages usually contain enemies and mechanics not seen in the current world, which adds a small zing of freshness. After clearing this stage, you're off to fight the boss, which, once defeated, will relinquish one of the instruments to you. However, the instrument is out of juice and needs to be re-energized via the magic stars hidden throughout the subsequent world. The fully charged instrument can then be taken to the local virtuoso, who will give it a toot, puff, or tickle, which will drive the evil from the land. Or something. It's formulaic, but so well executed that you can't help but love it. The soundtrack, composed by Jun Chikuma, most well known for Bomberman, oh look, there he is, has a few whimsical tunes, as well as ambient atmospheric tracks. It's almost as if the SNES is being used creatively as a sampler, and the huge amount of bit crushing only adds to its charm. There are bonus mini-games hidden throughout the stages, but due to the game being untranslated, the rules aren't always clear. For example, I just thought you had to count the birds here, but I end up losing. I feel like we should just think of DoReMi Fantasy as a great game, rather than a hidden gem. It's like Kim Kardashian's sex tape. We all know about it, so let's just appreciate it. Maybe if you write to your local politician, we might get a version on the Switch.